studies, 12.6 million non-elderly adults have been denied health care insurance based on pre-existing conditions. A pre-existing condition can be something as major as heart disease or cancer, or it could be as minor as asthma, hay fever, or any previous injury. In most states, if someone is diagnosed with an extensive illness, the healthcare insurance can re-evaluate their original application and revoke their healthcare coverage for the entire family. So even if you think you have health insurance right now, it can be taken away at the blink of an eye for one member of your family getting sick. In this speech, I will provide you reasons with why Obama healthcare is constitutional. First, I will argue that it is constitutional under the Commerce Clause. Second, I'll argue it is constitutional under the Necessary and Proper Clause. And third, I will argue that it is constitutional because even today, employers mandate their employees have health care insurance. The Commerce Clause states that it is to regulate commerce among nations, other states, and among Indian tribes. So basically, this is constitutional under the Commerce Clause because it is, by having regulated health care, it will provide better health care and easier transitions among states. If you go to another state for visiting or just you're in another state or another country, your health care will be easier carried over if everybody has regulated insurance. The next thing is it is constitutional under the Necessary and Proper Clause. Under the Necessary and Proper Clause, it states that Congress can make laws which are necessary and proper to carry out the execution of enumerated laws. So basically, Congress can make laws that they think are necessary. So this is constitutional because Congress has deemed it is necessary to provide health care insurance for everyone, and that the Congress is looking out for the well-being of the entire nation as a unit. The Constitution, this is also constitutional, that many people don't want to be forced to pay for health care insurance they won't be able to afford. Yet many people don't take into consideration that their employer or future employer is doing the exact same thing to them right now. At my work at St. Jude Medical Center, we are not allowed to waive our health care coverage unless we can prove that we have other health care insurance under a spouse or a parent or someone else, and you have to actually give them the card and they call and verify that yes, you do have insurance under this company. And then and only then can you tell them, I don't want the health care coverage through the hospital. My dad, who works at Disneyland, has the same similar policy, but they are not allowed to waive their health care coverage unless they can prove they have other insurance. And my mom, she works for a state agency. She works for the Riverside Transit Agency. And my mom, when she was hired there, had to prove that she had health insurance under my dad. So she was not, in order to be able to waive her coverage with the state agency. So many people don't think about it, that whether we can afford it or not, if you are currently employed and your employer offers your insurance, you cannot waive out of it or tell them don't take it out of my paycheck whether you can afford it or not unless you can prove you have other insurance. So that's basically what the government is trying to do, is get insurance for everyone. In this speech, I have argued that the health care reform is constitutional and that it is constitutional based under the Commerce Clause, the Necessary and Proper Clause, and that employers mandate their employees have health insurance coverage today, and that many people may think they have health care insurance, but they can be denied based on pre-existing conditions, even if it is something small that they may not be able to get coverage.